Hello, Kirsty and Dean. Welcome in. Ace, Reese, Brian Drums. Everyone is here. Thank you for coming in. How are you all today? It is Saturday morning here on the High Country in the High Country Homestead. 9:30 a.m. and we've got a nice long day ahead of us. Always something exciting to do. How are we, everyone? Ace is here as well, I see. Hello, Ace. Ace says listening. So, let me see. Everyone is saying hello to everyone else. That is good to see. Nice, friendly little community we've got here. I tell you, it's cold here today. Yesterday I had a busy day out on the farm, just doing little bits and pieces, but I didn't drink enough water, speaking of which, so I better have some. Yeah. And I think I got a bit dehydrated, and by the end of the day I felt so unwell, and I sort of had a bit of a slack evening, and then I let the stove go out because the house was actually feeling quite hot. So the house is feeling hot. I wasn't feeling much like going outside to bank the stove up with wood before I went to bed because I wasn't feeling 100%. I thought I'll just let it go out, and I did. And I'm regretting that decision now because now, of course, it's freezing in here. Not literally freezing, but it feels pretty bloody cold. But yeah, I don't think it's actually any colder than it was yesterday. I think it's just I've let the stove go out, so the house is cooled down. But I've got to make sure I keep my water up. So Larry is here. Larry is Old Hillbilly. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Explorer Dora is here as well. Hello, my love. Good to see you also. I had all these things I was going to try and get done before my live, and you think I've got everything done? I haven't got everything done. I didn't get to feed the chickens yet. I haven't brought down more wood from the woodshed yet. There's all these little jobs that I needed to get done before the live, and you know, haven't done them. Not yet. So it's going to be busy, 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 busy. Woodchucker Caleb. Hello, my friend. How are you? Everyone, Woodchucker Caleb is in the house. He does some wonderful sculptures with his chainsaw out of wood. Awesome, awesome. If you want to check him out, you're into woodwork, Woodchucker Caleb is the way to go. Artwee, hello my love, good to see you. We've got eight thumbs up and 10 people in the house. That is lovely. Thank you everyone for being here. My cat Fudge is about to try and knock over the tripod. No you don't, come on, come on, rah. You probably heard that. There we go, there's Fudge. Hello my darling, she's not looking very impressed. No. There's Fudge. Fudge doesn't like to be held, so she's very unimpressed now that I've had to pick her up. Aren't you? Fudge. 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 No. All right, we're putting her down. No, we're not. We're hooked. Okay, now we're putting her down. Okay. So Fudge is so pretty. She is. She's a beautiful cat. We've got a few beautiful cats. So we've got Pepper. This one's Pepper. Pepper doesn't make it on screen very often. Pepper's very old and she's very cranky. She's a very cranky cat. She's always been a very cranky cat. It's got nothing to do with her age. She's just cranky. She's a bitch. Aren't you? Yes, okay. Right. So, The stove's not on, so we're not cooking anything in the stove. There is Leah Williams. Hello, Leah Williams, my friend. Lovely to see you. Good morning. Enjoy your live, says Leah. I will indeed. Thank you very much. So, let me just see what we've got here. Yes, I think I'm caught up with the chat. Oh, fudge. What did he do? She just fell off the counter. I've never seen. That was very odd. She has a lovely face. Yes, she does. She has a lovely face. How's the fencing property from the last time you were working on stuff? Says Woodchucker Caleb. We have recently fenced off the new veggie garden at the end of the house here. It's a big space. It's 50 by 20 meters, and we're going to have some, I think, some really exciting things going on in the new veggie garden space in the next couple of months. There's things in the pipeline which, you know, are looking quite promising at this point. So very exciting there. I think though, Caleb, what you're talking about is a couple of months ago we had to do some fencing repairs between this property and next door. That all went well, so that's done. So in terms of fencing, as we stand at the moment, everything's good, and that's good. So Humble's hug, says Amanda. Hearts, Humbles. Chocolate truffles. Yes, chocolate truffles. We're making chocolate truffles, that's right, because I didn't really want to get the stove going, the wood stove, because we're going to be very busy this afternoon, and even though we're going to sort of be around, we're not going to be in the house quite so much. And I thought I won't light it till after we come back later this afternoon. So we're not cooking, and I didn't want to leave anything out to cool, not with cats. So we're making chocolate truffles. My daughter's put in a special request. So that is what we are doing. So let me find a bowl. A bowl, a bowl, a bowl. Oh. See, you can tell I wasn't really organised this morning. Oh, do you like my old mixing bowl? Look at that. I love this mixing bowl. I've got a few of these. They've got character. So, what do I need? I need a packet of Marie biscuits. So we've got a bowl, we've got the biscuits. We have a jug of sweetened condensed milk, and we are going to need cocoa powder and we're going to need some coconut. So that's it. That's all the ingredients that we need. Let me just see where we're up to here. Yes, do you like chocolate truffles, Ace? Do you know what chocolate truffles even are? Is that an Australian thing? Are chocolate truffles an Australian thing? I don't think they are. Fudge, what are you doing? Oh, so elegant. She's so elegant. Dora says, Kirsty and chat who are in my live, I'm yelling to Diego to come look at the fish hanging out of my car window. Condensed milk and caramel is my next video. Yes, I did do the evaporated milk video on my homestead basics thing when I was doing it, and I was going to do condensed milk. I just never quite got there. Woodchucker says, if you don't want to answer, I understand. Did your husband pass away? Are you asking me, Woodchucker? No, never married. Never married. Not for lack of, I did get a few proposals over the years, but yeah, for different reasons, just never quite happened. Now what else do I need? I need something else. All right. Right. Mortar and pestle, very heavy thing. But I mean, you know, even though I haven't been married, there's been a number of long-term relationships. So, you know, a couple of sort of like 10-year plus type things, but and living up here, it's sort of, it's hard to meet people when you're living up here. I'm too busy now too. I just don't have time. Don't have time for dating. Maybe one day. But that is, today is not that day. So, what we have to do with the biscuits is crush them. So I'm going to drop them into my mortar and pestle. Actually, yeah, I'll do it this way. Fudge once more is getting very excited. She's looking at the tripod. Hey, Joy, welcome in, my friend. Is that a dishwasher on your right? Here. That is a dishwasher, yes. It certainly is. Oh, honestly, Dora, I am so busy. Like sometimes, some days, some weeks, I just don't have time to scratch myself. Like, I'm so busy sometimes. And when I'm not busy, I'm so tired, you know. So I'm very grateful to have a dishwasher. I still do lots of dishes by hand, of course. But it's good to have it there. So if I do have a big day, I can just chuck everything in there and it gets done. So I'm grateful for the dishwasher. Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Let me see. Hearts Humble says, we have them here. I love them. Yes. Kirsty is, I just saw and said, what the hell? Woodchucker says, wow, all those men, they missed out. You're an awesome lady. Thank you. I do think these days too, I'm just going to sit here crushing up biscuits. I found when I was younger that a lot of guys didn't like sort of independent women. I guess a lot of people I dated, and I don't mean like, you know, long-term dates necessarily, but you sort of meet someone and you go out with them 3 or 4 times and stuff like that, and I think they were wanting someone a little more needy. See, I'm not necessarily a needy person in terms of my personality. If I have a partner, it's because I want a partner or I love a partner, not because I need a partner. There's a big difference between being in a relationship because you feel loved and you have that bond, or being in it just for the sake of being in it because you need to be with someone. And I'm not that type of person. I don't need to be with someone, but if it happens, that's great, but I don't need it. We really have gone off on a very strange tangent, haven't we? But yeah, I don't think they really got me. You know, for the most part, if my car needs servicing, I try and have a tinker with it first, you know. Years ago, I used to, not now, not since I tore my rotator cuff the first time, but you know, I used to be able to use my little chainsaw and drop trees and small trees. You know, stuff like that, and yeah, maybe I was intimidating. I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. But thank you for saying that they missed out. I'm very appreciative. It's a nice compliment. So my friends, we are sitting here crushing biscuits in the mortar and pestle. Well, I chat to you all. Caleb says, I'm sorry, just had to ask, in my book that makes you one really unique woman, and that's when I say woman power. Yeah, I think so. Thank you. Thank you. It's funny, you know, I haven't sort of done any stuff on my ancestry for a while on the family tree. My mum was a big person for doing family tree stuff, and that was way before the times of computers and ancestry.com and the internet and all that sort of thing. But then I sort of got into it as well, and I've still got a lot of old letters that have been like handed down through generations, and a lot of the women in the family were incredibly independent. Just a couple of bigger bits there, we'll get rid of them. So I'm following in a family tradition by all accounts. Oh, Rosie the Riveter, yes. So I was watching something by Rosie the Riveter the other day. I'd forgotten all about her. I hadn't seen her for a long time, and then this video popped up, and I thought, oh my God, yes, I remember Rosie. Michael, hello, my friend. How are you today? Good to see you. It's a somewhat cold Saturday morning here, and I'm crushing biscuits. And really the only reason it's cold is because I let the fire go out last night. I was just so tired by the end of the day, and I thought, do I bank the fire to go overnight, the stove in the kitchen, or just do I let it go out? And the house was quite warm and I was quite tired, and I thought, what the hell, I'll let it go out. But it does mean that it's sort of a bit cold this morning, inside, and probably outside too. Yeah, it's cold outside too. It is 7 degrees Celsius outside at the moment. How are you, Michael? Are you well? I hope you're well. Ah, Raj! Hello, my friend. Welcome in. Good to see you. This seems like an easy recipe. Oh, it really is. It sounds, Dora, easy. Yes, Dora, I will. Hello, Fudge. You just sit there and watch. Yes. Fudge wants to see what I'm doing. I don't think you can quite see her. There we go. There's Fudge. Fudge is watching me. She's decided it's far more fun to watch and see what I'm doing, which is fine. I don't mind if she sits there. In some ways, I'd rather she sits there than she sit trying to rub herself against the tripod, which is holding my camera up. Oh, that's cold, says Dora. It is cold. Let me know your channel, please. Oh, yes, Michael. Sorry, Michael, I don't dare touch my phone when I'm doing a live, because I do weird things to my phone when I'm doing lives. Not as weird as the things Dora does. Dora does some very strange things to my life sometimes, and to hers. No, actually, I can't say that really. In all honesty, Dora does incredibly well. And some of the things I've done over the past, year of trying to do lives are far stranger and weirder and uncomfortable than anything that Dora has ever done. I always enjoy hanging out and seeing your country life. Everyone in the chat is always very humble. Well, thank you, Caleb. I was about to say that, Susan, says Dora. The Great Indoors with Ed and Michelle, thank you very much. Sorry, I've been saying Michael, haven't I? I'm so sorry. Michelle, I know it's Michelle. I know it's Michelle. I've spoken to you before. I know it's Michelle. I do apologise. I do apologise. Yes, dark choc and bacon is best. What are you talking about, Kirsty? Dark chocolate and bacon. Wait, chocolate bacon. Oh, chocolate bacon. My mortar and pestle isn't that big. I tell you, it's so heavy. It's like, it's sort of stone, marble. I'm not sure. I just know it's heavy. I do have a slightly smaller one, but I have one mortar and pestle that I use for most things, which is this one, and then I have a separate one that I use for, like, if I want to grind up something that's very spicy or oily or hot. So like a lot of the Mexican spices, the Indian spices, things like that. If I'm cooking Mexican or Indian or anything that's super spicy, I will use the other mortar and pestle, just in case, because like you don't want to be sitting here getting ready to make chocolate truffles and then you make them up and they've got this sort of Mexican chili sort of hint going through them. So I have a sweet and a savoury mortar and pestle. But chocolate bacon sounds good. Hi, Plains is here. Welcome in, Steve. Welcome in. Has there been any, I've been meaning to ask you, Steve, after, we'll call it the incident, did the police manage to find the person in question, and did they, did anything come of it? Have you heard? I mean, you may have said, so if you do, I do apologise, but I haven't had a chance to get onto your channel for about 2, maybe 3 days. So if you had said anything about it in the last 2 or 3 days, I have missed it. What a nasty person, though. Not Steve, of course. I'm not saying Steve is a nasty person, because Steve is a lovely person. Aren't you, Steve? Oh. All right, we're getting there. Oh, Annie Lennox from Eurythmics. Oh, I used to love Annie Lennox. She had an incredible voice, that woman. Incredible voice. Yeah. No, you didn't mishear me, Amanda. I was wrong. I'm reading without my glasses, so it's sort of a little bit difficult to see at times. Oh, that's my kitty. Love you all very much, says Michelle. Oh, been practicing that song. Yeah, what, Sweet Dreams? Is that the one? Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Honestly, I used to love Annie Lennox. Used to love her. She had such a tragic life, though. Tragically short. Tragically short. Oh, thank you, Ace. Foraging says I am doing Here Comes the Rain Again. Oh yeah, I know that one. Here comes, hang on, wrong key. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a, was it falling on my head like a memory? Falling on my head like a new emotion. She had such an incredible range, vocal range. She really was. She was very good. Haven't heard anything, says Steve, but the full adventure drops Sunday. Ooh, your Sunday. So that will be mine Monday. Yes, can't wait to hear about it, Steve. I'm glad it's sort of, you know, you were safe and everything worked out in that regard. Haven't. Okay, Here Comes the Rain Again. Read that. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams are made of these. Made of cheese. But you're right, Steve. I love cheese. Cheese is an awesome thing. Cheese is an awesome thing. I cannot get enough of it, quite frankly. Ace really liked my singing, so it was lovely, especially because I didn't warm up and I wasn't planning on doing it. Yes, Susan, those words are beautiful. Yeah, she was a beautiful singer. Sing, sing, Susan says, Exploradora. If any of you readers are looking for a good novel, 1,000 Acres by Jane Smiley is set in agricultural family in Iowa. Great read. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to look that up. Look, I love books. I love books, but I can't afford a lot of new books. A lot of the books I have, they're either gifted to me, as in like from people who are throwing out or moving on books that they have already read and they don't want anymore, or I'll get them from op shops. Op shops is a great place for picking up books. And these days, of course, those little mini book libraries, like almost every town has one, and you can go and take any books that you don't want anymore and pop them on a shelf and go, oh, well, I'll take that one, and I'll take that one, and I'll take something else. So if I want something that's really new, like the latest thing, well, we've got a library in town, so I just go to the library and borrow it. Libraries are great. Do people even use libraries anymore? I hope they do. I don't like the idea that libraries are going to like die out. I suspect they will eventually. A bit like video libraries. Do you remember video libraries? And like on a Friday or Saturday night, and you'd go into town and you'd go to the video library and you'd sort of borrow, you know, 2 overnighters and 3 for the week, and you'd take your videos home, your and DVDs too. Some of them were just starting to get into DVDs. And yeah, it was a big thing. It was a real event going to the video library with your friends and family was an event. And then, you know, while you were there, quite often you'd go and get some popcorn and drinks in the supermarket. And then you'd come home and all sort of settle down in front of the TV and put the video on. And do you all remember that? Or is it just me because I'm so old? It's probably just me. Would you remember that, Steve? Or is that before your time? Sweet Dreams and Here Comes the Rain Again are almost identical songs. You can play them together and they'll harmonise. Yeah, they are quite similar, you're right. Hart says, I have lots of new to me books, but not new. Yes, yes. Same here, my love. If I had money, and I mean I'm talking a lot of money here, if I had money, I would add an extension to this house, make it a little bit bigger, and I always wanted a big library, so like a big room just for books. And I'd have a table there too. I'd have a table and chair for writing. So I suppose really we're talking like a study, aren't we? And then an armchair to curl up in, so that way I could sort of, you know, swan into my library and select a book off the shelf and settle myself down in an armchair and curl up and read a book. I always wanted a library. See, I'm spending too much time chatting. Amanda says, oh wow, I love stuff like that. Like the Carnegie Hall guy. Yes, yes, exactly like the Carnegie Hall guy. I bet exactly the US and Australia have often worked together. Yeah, they have. They have. Kirsty says, I do. Our local shop did video rentals too. Yeah, yeah. Susan's wish list. Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ace has put up my Amazon wish list. Thank you very much, my love. My dream too. Oh, aren't we? You'll be right back. All right, my love. We'll see you soon. Yes, yes. See, Kirsty understands. Kirsty's a bookworm like me. I look at her book videos and I think, oh, I haven't got that one in my selection. Got to get that. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're sort of, look, I'll admit, we're a bit slow because we're chatting, but that's okay. We're not in a rush. It's Saturday morning. Well, it's my Saturday morning. The library is 2 shelves in the spare room, says Amanda. Oh, 2 shelves? Amanda. I could have 2 rooms and it wouldn't be enough. And I mean, honestly, there's so many books I would love to get and I haven't got them purely because I sit there and go, well, apart from the money factor, of course, because books aren't always, depending on the books, they're not always cheap to buy. But then I also think, oh, now where am I going to put it? Where am I going to keep it? I've got piles of books. Like I've got bookcases over on the other side of the room here. And then I've got another one in the study. There's one up the hallway. And then in my wardrobe, I've got a heap more books. Like I've got boxes and boxes of books. And I don't have anywhere to put any more shelving. So I do. I need to win Tatslotto, or what's Tatslotto? The Pools, and have an extension put on and build myself a lovely library/study. I think every good prepper needs to have a lot of books. Okay, we're almost there, folks. Coffee Mama is here. Hello, my friend. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just catching up. Wow, Ace is putting up all the links. So is Kirsty. Thank you both very much for doing that. Very true, Joy, says Kirsty. Old Hillbilly, who's Larry, says we have more stored in boxes. I understand, Larry, I do. Hey, Tim, welcome in, Tim. Lovely to see you here. Happy Friday to you. All right, let's keep crushing biscuits. Actually, I've got a few big ones in here. We'll do that. All right. Amanda says Ace. Tim, Old Hillbilly. Big lives in small spaces. Yeah, yeah. And we always tend, well, no, I can't say everyone does, but a lot of people, they do tend to spread to fill the available space. So if you move into a house that's like twice as big as the house that you're currently living in, for instance, well, then within 12 months, you can bet that you're going to be living in this house that you thought was so roomy, going, oh my God, we just don't have enough space. If my laundry was bigger, if my laundry room was bigger, you know what I've always wanted is one of those, those big old laundry mangles where you used to like turn the handle and then your laundry would go through and it would squeeze all the water out. Oh my God, I've always wanted one of those. Always wanted one of those. Partly because I love history and I love old things, and partly because as a prepper, it's sort of something that I sort of look at and go, yeah, look, that could really come in handy one day. And you can get little ones. You can get like little bench top ones, but no, not me. I want the big one with all the cast iron swirls and the, big laundry mangle. But it'd have to live on my veranda. I don't actually have anywhere in the house to put a big ass laundry mangle, quite frankly. A wringer washer, that's right, Ace. Joy says, I live in 645 square foot, but I have a small garage. Oh, okay. Hart says, yes, I do. Definitely a valuable prep item. Yeah. Yes, for sure. I want one. It's on my long list of things. This might be the last lot of biscuits. This is the last lot of biscuits. Woohoo! So soon we're going to get to the messy bit. I'd take a wringing washer too. Yeah. We are definitely preppers. I think so. And honestly, I think, well, I was going to say in this day and age, I think everyone should if they, but I think even going back through time, during World War II and then during the Cold War between, Russia and America, and there's always been times in history where you can look back and go, we really need to start prepping. But people have forgotten so much. With the advent of electricity, and then supermarkets. A lot of things have been, a lot of skills have been lost now. Supermarkets started happening, and once there was a time where I would have learnt to bake bread from my mum, and my mum would have learnt to bake bread from her mum. In fact, I know she did. You know, and what to do with vinegar, and what you can do with bicarb, and what you can do with lemon. These were all skills that were handed down, but then supermarkets became a thing, and food became much more easily accessible. And then big companies too started saying, look, you don't need to clean your kitchens with bicarb and vinegar. Buy this incredible product, or buy this product, or that product, or something else. And so, whereas there would have been a time where bicarb and vinegar, and I'm actually going to be doing a video on this, but bicarb and vinegar were two of the main things that people used to clean their homes. You know, sprinkle bicarb on your carpets and it would deodorize them, and then you'd sort of brush your carpets or beat your carpets out, you know. So whereas, you know, the women of old used to, their cleaning products was bicarb and vinegar and some lemon and water. These days, most people, you open their cupboards, be it their laundry cupboard, their kitchen cupboard or whatever, and instead of having those two items, they've got like 30 bottles of different chemicals and sprays and stuff, and this one's for the floor, and this one's for your couch, and that one's for the curtains, and this one's for deodorizing, this one's for stains. There's so many things, so many things. And so I guess supermarkets and manufacturers try to re-educate people, which they have in fact done, into thinking that the old ways, which were cheaper and probably better for us, really, we're not as good. We're not as sanitary. We're not as effective. And we swallowed it hook, line and sinker. Like as a you know, a race, we swallowed that narrative. And it's so expensive too. I mean, these chemical cleaners and things, I mean, they're not just not really good for us, but they're so expensive. I think there's better places to be putting our money. Certainly there's better places for me to be putting my money. And sorry, I didn't mean to rant. I've gone off on a bit of a tangent. I do apologise. Let me catch up with the chat. All right, so I was up to Hearts, who said, mangles are definitely a prep item. Amanda says, my laundry room was in the kitchen. Now it's on the other side of the wall as my kitchen. Its own closet. Yes, yes, yes. I've seen that. The little laundry set in closets. Definitely preppers. I think of myself more as a throwback. Yeah, I understand, Larry. I do. Oh, so much forgetting. You're right. I like that idea. Old hillbilly, says Kirsty. High Plains Camper Steve is throwing out little emojis. Thank you, Steve. Lovely to have you here still. We aren't as prepared as we should be. No, that's right. Oh, yes, the Encyclopedia of Country Living is a record of all the old ways. That's right, and I have that book now because the girls from Brun Free sent it to me for my birthday a week or two ago. I'm working through the book. Oh, my God, there's some gems in there. Not a lot of pictures, but a lot of information, like information overload. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. You are doing so much, says Kirsty to Amanda. Old hillbilly, I love your clock. Thank you. I do too. I've got a lot of them. It's just that they're not all wound up at the moment. If I had them all wound up on a Saturday, no one would hear me. I'd have to sort of, on the hour, I'd have to wait and let like 7 or 8 clocks all do their thing and then sort of keep talking. Explorer Dora says, I thought that was in my house donging and then I realised it was Susan's house. Amanda says, I'm always afraid they're going to steal my harvest out there, whoever they are. Yeah, yeah. Larry says, everyone should look up a book entitled Wildwood Wisdom by Ellsworth Jagar. All right, I will. I'll look that up. Yes, great book, says Kirsty. See, Kirsty knows the book too. I don't. So now I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. All right, so we have crushed biscuits. Some bits are big, some bits are small. You don't want it all into a fine powder. You want some crunch in there. And then to that, we are going to add a cup of sweetened condensed milk. Woo! Oh God, I love watching sweetened condensed milk pour. So while I stand here holding this, I'll keep reading the chat. No, yeah, I do. I appreciate that recommendation, Larry. Thank you. Wildwood. Okay. Kirsty's put the link up. Thank you very much, Kirsty. Oh, okay. It may not be as helpful to me then, because our woods have different trees to your woods. There's a couple of really good publications that I've seen over the years. I thought, oh, that'd be so good. That would be so good. But then when I look at it, I find that, you know, they're talking about American woods. And of course, we do double up on some things. And then they're talking about foraging for berries, but of course in Australia they're not always the same berries. And you know, you go out in the wild and go out and hunt a squirrel. Well, we don't have squirrels. Oh, another one of my grandmother's spoons. Not the same spoon I was using the other day. I've got lots of these old spoons. Each one comes from a different family member and each one has its own story and its own history. I like using all the old spoons. That way I feel like my family are here with me while I'm cooking. As I use their spoons and their implements, I think about them. I wonder if they did this too. I'm sure they did, but they probably weren't making chocolate truffles. Let me move a bit closer so I can see the chat. Ah, yes, Kirsty's put the link up to the Country Living. Have you read some Hal Borland? Not a how-to, but he has so much love and respect for nature. You know, I know the name. I know the name, Larry. But I cannot place Hal Borland at this point. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I wish you could smell this. I mean, I know it's only smashed up biscuits and sweetened condensed milk, but as the biscuits start to absorb the sweetened condensed milk, they get such a wonderful smell to them. Doing things with food is very aromatic. And that's part of it, you know. It's not just the creating of food for yourself for nourishment and enjoyment, or for your family and friends. It's not just for the taste, but it's also the whole thing, isn't it? It's the sound of the crunch. It's the aroma, you know. It's just creating food is just such a wonderful thing. I just love barbecued bacon. Brian, hello Brian, welcome in my friend. Brian says, I have an old spoon for my mama. That's the only thing I wanted when she passed. Yeah, yeah. Dora's barbecuing bacon. Yummy. Hello, Brad. Welcome in as well. Brian and Brad have both come into the chat. Welcome to you both. Joy says he was a very prolific columnist and author for many years and friends of Gladys Taylor's. Ah, okay. Everyone is saying hello to everyone else. Dora says, Amanda, I'm cooking breakfast. All right, so let me have a look. I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one, that one. All right, so clearly I'm missing a couple. So that one's my wooden spoon. Extra long handle because it's for cooking on the wood stove. And sometimes the stove's so hot, yet you want a bit of distance between you and what you're stirring. So hopefully in 100 years' time, someone will still be using this. And then I've got this one in here, which I think is pear wood, so I've been told. And then there's a smaller version of it, which is also pear wood. And then, so these two belonged to grandparents. The same grandparent. And then I have these two. Look at them. Look at the wear. Aren't they fantastic? So these, that I think belonged to my great-grandmother, and this one belonged to my great-great-grandmother. So, you know, every wooden spoon tells a story. I don't know where my mum's wooden spoon is. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Huh. Oh yes, there it is. That one was my mother's wooden spoon, but it's developing a split, so I don't tend to use it as much these days because I don't want it to break. But yeah, that was my mama's. Anyway, that's enough about talking about wooden spoons. Brad says, thanks for sharing my link, hearts. Kirsty from Hearts Humble Homestead and Ace, they do such a fantastic job putting everyone's links and things up. I'm very appreciative, as I'm sure you all are. So if you haven't checked out their channels, please consider it. They're lovely people. Right. Cocoa. Let's put the cocoa in. Unique shapes too. Yeah, they are. Brian says that's awesome. Dora says they have cooed a lot. Cooed? Are we talking about? Yes, it is. It is 10:20 at my house. I've never seen one made of pear wood. Oh, okay. Apparently, so I've been told, it was quite common to make spoons out of fruit tree wood. So I've been told. And I was told on very good authority that they were made out of pear. Right. I think it might be easy if I just tip this whole thing in. Oh no, here we go. All right, so we're adding cocoa powder. A tablespoon and a bit more. In it goes. got to get some more cocoa. Every good prepper needs cocoa. I know you think, like, in terms of prepping stuff, you think, oh, cocoa, there's more important things, you know. But, you know, if there was a proper shit hits the fan type situation, being able to have that occasional sweet treat would be so great for morale and happiness, and being able to survive as a prepper when times really are, you know, going against you, being able to keep the morale up and keep people happy. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be doing sweet things all the time, but it would be nice to have them available so that on occasion you could, you know. Now we're getting close to the messy stage now. We're getting close to the stage where we're going to start mixing these or putting them into balls. Never seen one from pearwood. Okay, we saw that. They have cooed a lot. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Susan, says Brian. Yeah, they are. They're really good. Unique shapes too, yes. All righty. I have got behind. Right, I'm going to put my glasses on just for a moment. Let me see. I'm kind of slow on the uptake, says Larry. Amanda says my mum popped her lazy boy handle off and came for me. Oh, is Chef Civvy here? Hello, love. Welcome in. Sheesh, says High Plains Camper to Brian. Steve says, Amanda, I knew I should have saved that old lazy boy. I'm sure the handle can be fixed, though. I'd say that's a fairly common thing to have happen to them. Samir is here. Hello, Samir. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Yes. Yes. Kirsty, I have seen someone making wooden spoons on YouTube too. In fact, when I was in high school, there was a year in high school where we had to do 3 months of woodwork, 3 months of metalwork, 3 months of cooking, and 3 months of sewing class. And I think that was in year 8. And then at the end of the year, we then chose which one of those 4 we wanted to take on as an elective, as a full-time class the following year. So in the 3 months of woodwork that I did, one of the things we all had to make was a wooden spoon. My wooden spoon wasn't very good, which is why it's not in the collection with all the others. So what do I need? What do I need? I know I need a bowl to put coconut in. Oh, thank you, Samir. Much appreciated. How are you, Samir? I hope you and your wife are both well. Your family. So what we're going to be doing, we've got some desiccated coconut. We're going to pour some into a bowl. And then I guess I'm going to need a plate as well. Do I have any rubber gloves left? Or do I? Ah! Hang on. Right. I have one. I have one glove. There are sometimes you really need gloves, and this is one of them. In fact, I'll put it on this hand. I wish they would still teach kids practical skills like that. Do they not? Do they not do that stuff at schools anymore? God, that'd be heartbreaking if that's the case. Grey. How are you, Chef Sivy? Are you having a good evening? Have you had a good week? That is one of the reasons ours were homeschooled. Yes, yes, exactly right. Exactly right, Kirsty. That's why I did too. You know, I'm going to roll my sleeves up more. And I'll put that there, put that here. Squishing it up with my hands. Chef Sivy says, I'm having an okay week, just catching up on graphic designing a new t-shirt for the channel. How are you, Susan? I'm good. I'm good, I'm good. Had a busy day yesterday. Yesterday was my Friday. I wonder if I should put more cocoa in this. But yeah, and it was quite a busy day, and I think I got out on the farm, and I think I got a bit dehydrated because in the evening, or the afternoon and the evening, I just wasn't feeling very well at all, which is rather a shame. But, you know, these things happen, and I'm supposed to be drinking more water. Let me pour some more. All right. Ooh, that's a great sound effect, isn't it? Didn't think that one through, but it's water, I swear. All right, well, that first chocolate truffle is a bit big, but we have it. There we go. See? So, yes, it's a pack of Marie biscuits, a tablespoon or 2 of cocoa powder, and a tin of sweetened condensed milk. And then you just mix it all up together, roll it into a ball, like so, and then you drop it into your coconut. And then you roll it round, and there you go. Second one's done. CL, hello, my love. Welcome in. Welcome in. And we've got 22 likes. That's good to see. If anyone's in the chat who hasn't hit the like button yet, if you're enjoying being here, please consider hitting the like button. Of course, if you're not enjoying being here, then you don't need to. But it would be really nice if you could. I would appreciate it. Oh, these smell nice. I'm looking forward to having these. Yeah, just me. Clearly, I'm not going to share them with anyone, which isn't true. I will. It was my daughter's special request. It has been a while since we've done them. It's probably been over a year. I just sort of forgot about them. They fell off the radar, as they say. Oh, Brian, you're eating dinner as well. What are you having for dinner, Brian? Tell me. Food always interests me. What are you eating? Hart says that cabinet is amazing. Oh. I want to eat one now. Should I eat one now? No, I won't. I won't eat one now. So just mixing them all up into little balls. Shaz, hello my friend Shaz, welcome in. That is my friend from Melbourne. I think my oldest friend in terms of length of time that I've known her. How are you, Shaz? Hope you're having a good morning. I believe you were going shopping today. Is that right? Yes, taste it. Hang on, I'll make a small one and then I'll eat it. Oh, 10:30. The cats are going, it's time to be fed, mummy. Feed me. Oh, poor Truffle. Truffle's looking for food. All right, so I've made a little one. Look. Mm. 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 Very nice. Very Moorish. Mm. 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 That's the hard thing with making chocolate truffles. Is not just eating them as you make them. Knox City Shopping Centre. I remember that place. You and I used to go there and we'd have a donut. Do you remember that, Shaz? We'd go and get a cinnamon donut or two. You've never made a chocolate truffle? Oh yeah, no, try it, Brian. It's so easy. Just a pack of biscuits, which you crush up, a tin, which is equivalent to a cup of sweetened condensed milk, a tablespoon of cocoa powder, and then you just, once it's all combined, you just roll it into little balls and roll it in coconut. Quite often I'll make food hampers at Christmas, just little ones, like people will get like a jar of this or a jar of that. They might get some sweet chili jam, a bottle of tomato sauce, maybe some lemon butter. Some years I'll throw in a bottle of blackcurrant cordial that I've made, or lemon and rhubarb cordial that I've made. So quite often, but not every year, I might put like a cordial of some sort. And I always put in at least one thing that can be eaten like instantly. And so that might end up being something like chocolate truffles some years. Or it might be a packet of biscuits that I've made, of course, homemade biscuits. What else have I put in hampers? Sometimes I'll put in like some fudge. I'll make some fudge. There's a nice one I do, which is a chocolate cherry fudge, which is very nice. Actually, I should do that one as a video. I think you'd like it. But yeah, I think it's good if you put in a bit of variety, so that way there's something that can be drunk, something that can go on the shelf for later use, which is all the sauces and things like that. And then something for instant gratification. Because how heartbreaking would it be to get a fantastic hamper given to you, and then there's absolutely nothing that you can have straight away? I think that would be heartbreaking. You've got to have at least one thing in there that you can just like rip into and just stuff into your mouth. Goonies truffle shuffle. Ah, yes, yes. Oh, you haven't made fudge before. It's not that difficult. I should make some. I might make some sometime in the next few weeks. Maybe I should do the chocolate cherry one. That's always a very popular one at Christmas because of the cherries. And it's a very easy one to make. And it's even easier to eat them. So of course it means there's all this stuff that I'm a bit like chocolate truffles, trying not to eat it as you make it type of thing. Oh, yummy. Oh, we got 24 thumbs up. That is good. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I do appreciate. Oh, look, my hands are getting gooey now. Thank goodness I had at least one glove. Now, I did say I had a few exciting things to discuss, didn't I? Okay, so exciting things to discuss. Let's start with puppies. Everyone knows, well, actually no, maybe everyone doesn't know, but our dog Gaia, she passed away a few years ago, and we've had quite a few attempts at trying to get a rescue dog. I really wanted to get a rescue dog, but it's very hard when you've already got existing animals. Puppies, 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 says Dora. It's hard when you've got existing animals. There was a couple of dogs we were looking at quite seriously, and then we found that they weren't particularly cat friendly, and we've got 3, so that wasn't going to work. And then there was a couple that we looked at, but they liked chasing cows and sheep, and of course we've got cows and we've got sheep, and they didn't get along with chickens, and it's just really difficult to find an already adult dog that is going to be compatible with a farm. It would be different if we were living sort of in the suburbs and didn't have cows and sheep and chickens, but we do. So we've decided in the end, look, it might just be easier to get a puppy. A corgi. Oh, Amanda, no, it's not a corgi. It's a golden retriever. I loved my corgi. I've got a photo of him over on the sideboard there. I'd show you, but you know, I'm all gooey at the moment. Once I finish doing these, I'll grab the photo and show him to you. So yes, golden retriever. They were born about 5 weeks ago now, I think. And we've sort of got the names picked out, but we're going to have, I think today is going to be the day that we actually pick the one. So we still have potential. If it's a girl, we're thinking we're going to call it Juniper. And if it's a boy, Jasper. So J-E-S-P-A-R. So like the Scandinavian spelling. So yes, we're going to go and we're going to have thousands of puppies crawling all over us. And by the end of the day, I should be able to tell you all whether it is Juniper or Jasper. The pic of the puppies. Oh, you saw it, Dora. Well, I'm hoping she doesn't know it yet, but when we get there, I'm going to like set up a tripod and so forth. And what I am hoping to do, doesn't mean it'll end up happening because, you know, it's puppies and anything could end up happening. But what I'm hoping to do is be able to film some footage of it. And so for my video upload for next weekend, the coming weekend, I'm hoping to do a video of the puppies. And so you can see them all as well, and see them crawling all over us and probably weeing on us and tugging on our hair and all that sort of thing, and get to see which one we chose and why we chose it. So that is my plan. I mean, obviously, I don't think the lady, who shall remain nameless at this point, I don't think she would mind. But of course, if she does mind, then it won't happen. But yeah, I'm hoping to do a puppy video for next weekend. Ace has put up my latest Gimli short. Thank you very much. I hadn't done a short for a little while, but I thought I needed to get that one out of Gimli. All right. Oh, I was going to make it the last chocolate truffle, but I think it's going to be a bit big. I'll do 2 more. Hi, Susan from Driving Daily. Hello, hello. How are you, my friend? Oh, good to see you. Happy Friday. I hope you are well. We're just making the last chocolate truffle. And then I've got to seriously wash my hands. So yes, what do you think? Puppies, puppies, puppies. That'll be pretty good. It's been a long time since, like, my first dog, the corgi, was a male. And then I had Sabbath, after Black Sabbath, because she was black. She had black fur. So Sabbath, and then I had Shandor, who was a Doberman. Oh, he was male. Okay. I was thinking I'd only had Shadow, so yeah. And then Gaia, who was the Hungarian Vizsla, who was a girl. Just going to wash my hands and then I will come over and check in on the chat. Ah, so sticky. Maybe I should have used the hot tap. Oh, I have used the hot tap. Okay. We're getting there. I know, Kitty. I know. I'll feed you in a minute. She's getting very upset now. Her meal is 17 minutes late and she knows. She knows. All right. And that can go in the sink and that can go in the sink and that goes there. That goes off. Epic, says Amanda. Ace is sending Brian a trophy. Remember where you put your phone. Oh, yeah, for sure. Laurie is genius. Yes, very much. The last one, says Brian. Okay, let me show you. I'll try not to tip it onto anything. But there we go. Chocolate truffles. So how many did it make? It made a fair few. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I've lost where I'm up to already. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Look, I'd say there's about 38, including the one I ate, because I did have to have a sampler. Oh, I've got to wash this too, and this. Put that in the sink where the cats can't get to it, because they will get to it otherwise. And then I'll cover it back over. But yeah, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? Now let me see where we are at with the chat. How are you, Laurie? Are you well, my love? Good to see you. Looks good, says Tim. Yes. Ship me some truffles. Oh, Brian, they wouldn't last long enough. They really wouldn't. I'll hide this away from the cats. And there, like that. And then I shall cover them over, even though I'm not supposed to be using. See, I should have. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Yummy. I suppose I should eat another one, eh? Should I eat another one? Gotta have at least one more, don't I? And then we should all go outside and sit for a little bit. Should we go outside and sit for a little bit? A chocolate dip, says, aren't we? Yes. Yes, yes. That is true. That is true. So good. I'm going to have to feed the cats. They're getting very upset. Now, 30 seconds. Row, row, row. Oh, I'm getting them. I know. I know. I know. Now. Row. All right. Pepper. There's your biscuits. Okay. Oh. All right. I can resist some things, but chocolate, yeah, I know it's very hard. Need a cup, Susan? Yes, I do. I'll put the kettle on. I'll put the kettle on, and we'll get a cuppa and probably a chocolate truffle, and we'll go sit out the front. Look at the view. Now, this is the electric kettle. The water's gone cold, so I'm going to pour it off into a jug for drinking water, and I'll refill it and boil it. And then we can have a cup of coffee. Still using plastic jugs. I ordered some glass ones on Amazon. And I ordered them on the 10th of April. And it did say they were in Australia. But then, after I'd ordered it and paid for it, I found out they were actually coming from China. Oops. So, I'm still waiting. Chocolate truffles are good. Because because I'm trying to reduce the amount of plastic. All right, let's get the kettle on. Right, that's done. Coffee and truffles. I know it sounds good, doesn't it? I've got to make sure that everything is cat proof before we go outside. I'll be hiding these in the fridge. And what else do I need? I need a cup, of course, for my coffee. Deborah, is Deborah here? Hello, my friend. Welcome in, Deborah. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Friday evening. Round. Pepper, I know you've eaten. I've just fed you. Stop pretending you haven't. Pepper's pretending she hasn't eaten. That's the black cat. She's gone up to my daughter's door and she's meowing at the door saying, feed me, feed me. I'm starving, she says. But we all know she's just pretending. Right. Let me have a look. Oh, Deborah says, Susan John says hi, and he sent in the crew. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. I can see, yeah, there's a few of you here. Thank you very much for coming in. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, anyone, please consider. We have 27 in the house and 28 thumbs up, which is lovely. We've just finished making chocolate truffles, and I'm just waiting for the kettle to boil. And then once the kettle boils, we are going to head outside onto the veranda and have a look at this wonderful view that I have. And yeah, look at the mountains and see what we can see. Welcome in, new people, says Dora. Sherry! Hello, Sherry. How are you today? I do hope you're well, love. It's lovely to have you here. Just making sure I haven't missed anyone. No, I don't think I have. I think I've said hello to everyone who's here. Nothing like burnt bacon. Oh no, Dora, did you burn it? That's no good, love. Hang on, we have someone. Edie 8193 says hi. Hello, welcome in. It's good to meet you. It's good to meet you. We've been making chocolate truffles today because I had to let, that's my wood stove, but I let it go out last night. I had a big day on the farm yesterday and I did not drink enough water. So today I'm trying to drink more water. And yeah, I was so tired last night and I thought I just haven't got the energy to bank the wood stove so it'll go overnight. So A little bit chilly in here today. It is our autumn here in Australia. And so we made chocolate truffles this morning because I didn't need an oven to do it, quite frankly. So chocolate truffles, glass of water while I wait for the other kettle to boil. And then we're going to go outside and have a look at our magnificent view. What's happening? People are apologising to Chef Civvy. Welcome back, says Ace to Chef. Oh, hearts, you've only hidden Civvy from yourself. Ah, what kind of coffee do you guys drink in Australia? Oh, look, everyone's different, Larry. Because I'm cheap, I just get the good old Nescafe Blend 43. I used to have years and years ago, when I lived in Melbourne, I actually did have like a, a proper coffee machine, and I'd sort of had a coffee grinder, and I'd buy the beans, put the beans in and grind them up, and then you sort of put it in there and make you a proper coffee. But eventually it stopped working for whatever reason, and I just never replaced it. I don't drink enough coffee to sort of justify the expense of buying a huge coffee machine. Not that they're all huge either, but I mean, I've got very limited space. I mean, you can see my bench tops have already got like the blender and the toaster, and I've got stuff everywhere, Oh, coffee. Black. Unless I've got fresh cream, like if I've got like fresh cream from a cow, like real proper fresh cream from a cow, I will put fresh cream in my coffee. But if it's not sort of fresh cream from raw milk, I don't. I just have it black. That's my one little bit of coffee snobbery, I suppose you could say, for want of a better word. I'm just going to give these biscuits. Got another cat to feed. All right, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Da 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 da. Okay, let me drink this. Oh, bit more. Best people here love hugs. Yes. All right, that's the water done. Now we're going to go outside and enjoy the view. Hang on, I'll need my glasses. I'll take my glasses and then put my trusty battery pack in my pocket. How is the weather? Hey, Nicholas. Welcome in, my friend. The weather, all right, it is 11.2 Celsius. All right, so let us walk outside. What's it like where you are, Nicholas? I'll turn you around. Whoop. Past all the mess. I do apologise, it's messy, but it is a homestead after all. It's lived in. It's very much lived in. So get that open. Grab that there. Oh, how am I going to do this? Hang on, I need a free hand. Honestly, I don't have enough hands. There we go. I can hear Pepper already running to see if there's any food. Hopefully I managed to put everything away. There we go, people. Look at that. You can see the sheep there. Cows are over there. Whoops. And then we can sit down, we can have a catch up, and I can tell you about all the exciting things that are going on. Of course, some of that is the puppies. Now let me put my coffee down. Sorry, I know you're all over the place at the moment, but look at that view. Look at that view. Isn't it fantastic? The red bush. The red bush is... Oh, cats love being up in the night. No, mine don't. Everyone says that. I've never had that as a problem. The red one. Do you mean the one on the corner there? That is a grapevine. Is that the one you meant? That one there? Not many leaves left on it now. But yes, the grapevine. And then once all the leaves are off it, I'm actually going to be up here. We're going to put like a framework for it to grow on. So instead of trailing around near the floor of the veranda, it will actually be up there and theoretically sort of trail down like curtains. That's the theory. But I'm letting all the leaves fall off first because I like the leaves. Kirsty, your dog is so beautiful. That is Maisie Moo, Nicholas. Yes, it's a beautiful dog. Oh, and Nicholas, I don't know if you were here earlier. Later this afternoon, my daughter and I were going to go and pick the puppy. Backlit by the sun. It's not an awfully large amount of sun. It's a little overcast. We only have one cat now, Lucy Fur. Tim says Leroy, our 35-pound cat, loves to be up at night and demands cuddles and knocks me out of bed. Dora, Nicholas says, Dora, oh my God, how did the fish go? Foraging says, Tim Leroy is the best name. High Plains says, we have 2 kitties also. Congratulations, says Nicholas. Yeah. Leroy Jenkins. That's a great name. I love it. That's a great name. Can you see all the cows sort of down there? And then the sheep are there somewhere. The name Amanda Lucy Fur. Our cat is about 15 pounds. He is so dumb. Look, some are. I think Fudge, if I had to say we had a dumb cat, it might be Fudge. But poor Fudge, she's had a couple of seizures over the years. Poor thing. Not many, but a couple. And I think that has sort of affected her a little bit. Oh, we've got 30 likes. That's exciting. Dora says, Nicholas, we will do it after lunch. I will send you a pic. Yes, so today we are going to select the puppy. There's a couple that we're thinking of. There's a boy And if we get the boy, we'll call it Jasper. And if we get the girl, it will end up being Juniper. But we are going to go and we're going to sit on the grass and we're going to have like 18 puppies crawling all over us, which should be very exciting. Obviously, I will be changing my jumper. I don't want to be wearing this jumper while I'm being crawled on by a million dogs. And by the end of the day, hopefully one of them would have picked us. So, yeah. But whether it's Juniper or Jasper, we shall wait and see. I'm hoping, Nicholas, too, that I can do it as a video. I want to try and get a lot of footage. And I'm hoping that when I upload a video this coming weekend, so next weekend, whatever that is, I think it's June next weekend, is it? Or am I getting... Anyway, time flies. But yeah, so I'm hoping that I can do a video on the puppy selection. Jasper, as in it's going to be spelled Jesper. Jasper, Jasper, which is sort of like a Scandinavian version of the name Jasper. So if we get the boy puppy, we'll call it Jasper. And if it's the girl that we end up choosing, it will be Juniper. And it's going to be so exciting. So I'm really hoping that, you know, Jasper. Yeah, that's right. Ace has got it. Oh, only it's P-A-R. G-E-S-P-A-R. But it sounds much the same, I'm sure. So, yes, it's going to be very exciting. Oh, really? Huh, how about that? Yeah, so if you were just to swap the A and the E around, Nicholas, that will be the name of the dog if you pick the boy. It'll be very exciting. So let me turn you around so you can see me momentarily. I'm probably going to be squinting at you all. Oh, no, there we are. Okay, let me pop you down here. So yeah, we're going to be going and looking at puppies and playing with puppies and filming puppies. And then next weekend, I'll get to hopefully upload a video on puppies. But what I'll probably be doing, probably tomorrow. Whoops, you can't quite see me. I'll move back a bit further. Yes. Yep, Ace has got it now. I'll take some photos and I'll put them up. Oops, you still can't see me properly, can you? I'll bend down here like this. I'll put them up on my community page so you can see. I'm just going to adjust the camera back a bit. There we go. Is that a bit better? Ugh. You can sort of see me. Is that okay? Can you see me okay? Yes, same name, but yeah, the spelling's a bit different. Love never dies, it's true. Yeah, so I'll put some photos up on the community page, either later today when we get home or tomorrow morning. And if any of you are actually hooked into my the High Country Homestead Facebook page, I'll be able to put up a lot more photos on that. The YouTube community thing really only works well for one, maybe two photos. But on Facebook, you can put like, 20 photos and it doesn't really matter. So I will probably put up a lot more on the High Country Homestead Facebook page. Because the puppies at this point, I think they're 5 weeks old. So, and I don't think we're able to bring them home till they're 10 weeks. So it's going to be another, 5 weeks till the puppy's actually here. But I thought, look, everyone deserves to see it. And I'm just so excited. Yes, Nicholas, it's so exciting. Yes, 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 says Kirsty and Amanda. So, yeah. So next weekend, with any luck, you're going to get to see all the puppies. And you can watch when we make our final decision and say, yes, this is the one. This is the one. It'll be very exciting. And then the other thing that I wanted to tell you about is I'm sort of, Nicholas asked me the other week if I was going to be getting a greenhouse in the new veggie garden. Ah, you'll watch that on Facebook. Um, so, Nicholas, I have been. Oh, aren't we? Yes, yes. Hook into my High Country Homestead. It's the same logo, so it should be relatively easy to find. And I think I also have the link in the bio for the channel. So yeah, but no, that'll be very exciting. But yes, Nicholas, greenhouse. It might be happening sort of soonish. Soonish, we'll see. But yeah, very exciting if it happens. I am in. Let's just say I am in negotiation. Okay, and yes, it could end up happening. So that'll be very exciting. I will, of course, need to put it up. But yeah, no, that would be good though. You can imagine we have a whole series on it. When it arrives, and then trying to put the thing together. I mean, that could take weeks. And setting it all up and putting things in it, and because I mean, at the moment, all I've got, you can probably see it there behind me, is this big broken thing. Awesome greenhouse! Yay! Yeah, yeah, yeah. So look, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, but I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. How are you, Coffee Mama? Welcome in. I'm so happy you thought about the greenhouse. Oh, look, it's never been far from my mind, Nicholas, but it's sort of like trying to find the money for said greenhouse. And like, as you know, I don't make a huge amount of money, and I've recently had to get a fridge, which I'm still paying off. Um, but we do need one, especially up here, because it can get so cold and so windy. Oh, there's a wasp. Um, so yeah, we need one. We do need one. So we'll just see what happens with it. But I'm very hopeful. Placement is key. Where would you put it? All right, so where the garden, I can't really take you out and show you because I don't have my phone in data roaming. And if I go out there, the stream will disconnect. So, do you know the space that I've set up, Amanda, for the new veggie garden? So it's quite a big space for anyone who's not in here often. It's 50 meters by 30 meters. 50 by 30, 50 by 20. No, it's 50 by 30, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it is. And if I was coming out of the house and going down the stairs into the veggie garden, it's going to be in the left corner, facing angled inwards from the corner. That is where we're thinking. We've got like an old swing set frame, and we've been moving it around the space, trying to use it as a pretend greenhouse, in that we can sort of visualize it and sort of imagine where it would be. Susan is so close to reaching her first YouTube milestone. Oh, no, look, my first YouTube milestone was getting to 1,000 subs, Dora. That was incredible. That was incredible. But yeah, the milestone, almost at 3,000 hours. I think I've got about 260, 250 hours more that I need to get. And then I'll be at 3,000 watch hours. And once I get to 3,000 watch hours, I can get like super chats and memberships. And the memberships will be exciting. I'm sort of planning on doing like a monthly newsletter. I am going to do at least one extra live a month just for members, and those members in that live will show other parts of the farm and other parts of the inside that regular people wouldn't get to see. And then I guess early access to videos. But yeah, look, it's all sort of in flux still. But yeah, very exciting. I've sort of forgotten about that. So yeah, about 260 watch hours to go. Oh, thank you, Brian. I don't think I'll get there in May, but you never know, I might. I might. The way I'm tracking, I reckon by the time the 31st of May rolls around, I'm going to be like 40 watch hours short. But then I'm also thinking that with the puppies, there might actually be some extra content too. So is Susan's video to watch later? Oh, good idea. Congratulations, Susan. You are doing great. We are all happy to support and watch. Thank you so much, aren't we? But yeah, I mean, I was even playing with the idea of trying to do a short live from the puppy place. If I did that, it would only be like 10 minutes. And really, it's going to be so busy. Like we need to sort of really bond with the puppies and pick one out. The puppies are going to bond with us. And then I'm also going to be trying to do footage for an actual video. So if there is time, which there may not be, I may just do an incredibly short live, like 10 minutes or something. And then on the 31st of May, which is a Sunday or a Monday, I may be doing an extra little live there because that would have been my mother's birthday. And I was going to make, she used to make these little vanilla cupcakes. They were nothing extraordinary, but it was something that she did fairly often, and she'd do like a white glacé icing and put a little red cherry on the top. And so for me, it's a very nostalgic thing, these little cupcakes. Very simple, incredibly simple, but very nostalgic. And I thought, for my mum's birthday, I might do an extra live on the Sunday and maybe make her cupcakes for her birthday. So there will potentially be a few extra lives. Dora says, I want to cook along with you, making them so I can eat them. You can do that, Dora. We can do that. Please do that, Susan, for your mum, says Dora. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Dora, if you want to, maybe we should. It will be the first time I've ever had someone up on the screen with me, and I need to learn new things about working on YouTube. I don't share well. Yeah. The memories. That's all that matters. We would love to see those cupcakes. Oh, thank you, Brian. Yeah. It's a way to connect, isn't it, with those who have gone before you. And even if you're living on the other side of the world, to someone who's still alive. Food is a really good way to connect with people and to share with people and to remember people. I think food allows you to connect in such a way that just isn't really possible with other things. Like I said earlier, the aroma, you just smell something and it takes you right back to a place and a time in your past. It doesn't even have to be food. Like smells and aromas are just so evocative, and sometimes you'll smell something, a perfume or a flower or food, and and you're right back there. It really is. It's absolutely incredible how the mind works, how memories work. In the States, they also have to pay tax. have to pay tax on income. Yes, no, we do here too. Income tax for sure. Hey, Louis. Is Louis here? Welcome in, Louis. Camera's looking a little reconnecting, it says. Let me turn you around so you can look at the view. Oh, you gave me a like. You did too. Thank you so much. 32 likes. Lovely to see 32 likes. Thank you very much. How are you, Louis? Are you having a lovely Friday? Yeah, Brian says, yes, for sure. Even the smell of some food bring you back. Dora says, yes, Nicholas, I'm in the process of doing that. Dora says, it's the only way I can have one, Susan. You eat them all. No, look, I don't, Dora. I always do have one for you. Always. Nicholas says, in Australia, you have to provide your tax file number to YouTube for monetization. Is that true? Yes, I believe it is, Nicholas. Yeah. Brian says the memories. It's the memories that matter. Would love to see the cupcakes. All right. Oh, Dora. $1 earned. Artwee says how we hear and taste and smell and feel memories. And Leah is saying, yes, smells bring it all back. I remember a disinfectant from when I was in hospital at 5 years old, and I did like being there. Yeah, look, even disinfectant, smells. It's amazing how well our minds, our brains can recall a smell, and that you can smell something that you've not smelt for like 60 years, or more. And as soon as you smell it, you can go, yep, I know exactly where I was the last time I smelt that. Really is incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? Louis says, this morning I went live for a YouTuber of mine to help her come to America so her son can have surgery. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Louis. Tim Mitchell says YouTube take 33. Let me try that again. YouTube takes 33% as their fee. Yes, that's right. They do. Louis says she has a disabled son that has complex problems and she needs surgery for her son because he has a club foot. Oh, that's not good. But it is fixable, which is a good thing. Louis says, I felt pretty blessed this morning after I did my stream. Yes. It's easy to lose sight of how lucky and how blessed we are. That's quite right. Nicholas is asking, is it Dominic in England? And Brian and High Plains holding up their beer steins. Beer steins, yes. Oh, look, I've got to the end of the chat. Wow, that doesn't happen too often, does it? Woohoo. So, yes, here's our view. There's the cows. The cows are coming up a little bit closer. We've got 32 likes and 21 in the house. That is lovely. Let's have a little walk around the veranda. I'm not going to get off the veranda today because I haven't hit the data roaming. Amanda says, Susan, oh, hang on. No, I don't see. See, I can't hold. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Still got a bit of autumn color, folks. Look at that. So you can see the weeping cherry there is gone from gold and it's going into the orange now. You can see the silver birch, which is the really tallish yellow one. Next to that is a a maple. Yep. And then that one right there is a crimson ash. That one there that doesn't have any leaves left on it now is the golden rain. And that, well, that's a lilac, or it was a lilac once. Hear all the birds. I can hear magpies warbling. Oh, am I behind on the chat, Brian? Brian says, good job. You made it to the end better than Tiff. She's always 28 minutes behind on the chat. Oh, look, it's easy to do, though. Lovely color, isn't it? Isn't it pretty? So let's continue to walk. We'll just do a loop of the veranda. There we go. Look at that. That'll make a nice photo, actually. Don't you reckon? Oh, in a hoist, yeah. See the smoke bush over there with all its red leaves? Such a fantastic plant. And then the messy, messy veranda. The camellias starting to come out into flower, which is lovely to see. Camellia sasanqua hiru, spelled Hiryu. Oh, what's the parrots? I scared the parrots. So it's the same. All these camellias here are all the same ones. Oh, breakfast dishes. There's the new veggie garden space out there. You probably can't really see where the blue swing set frame is, but that's where the greenhouse I'm thinking will go. Sort of, if I can get it, over there in that corner. But we'll see. We'll see. Nothing in life is a guarantee. I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that I can get it, but it doesn't mean we will. And then we're back to the front with our beautiful grapevine, which is losing its leaves now, and that beautiful view. And I mean, look at this old thing. I did have a bigger version of this, but the bigger version, well, it blew away in a storm. And it's not particularly heavy, even when it did have plants in it. And then this one blew off the veranda as well, which is why it's broken. And I have tried to put it back together with, what do you call it? That really, really strong tape, like gaffer tape. Gaffer tape, we call it gaffer tape in Australia. Hang on, I'll put the thingy on that side. Brian says, I love your property. Oh, he doesn't talk. Okay. Oh, he's and she looks after him. He's on a hoist. All right, Louis. Okay. Oh, toy snakes. Oh. Oh, yeah, I bet she is. The poor woman. It would be hard. It would be hard. Scarlet, says Amanda. I know, beautiful colours on the grapevine. Miss M, welcome in, Miss M. How are you, my friend? Oh, you're not feeling the best, love. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to be going to pick out a puppy later today, Miss M, I think. And later today, Miss M, I'll get some photos. I'm either going to put them up on, I'll definitely put a photo up on the community page, my YouTube community page. And then I have a High Country Homestead Facebook page as well. And that will end up with a lot more photos, because you can on Facebook, you can put a lot more photos. So yeah, that's very exciting, Miss M. So that's going to be later today. Yay, says Miss M. Brian says, I've got to run. I hope you have an amazing day, Susan. Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a really good night. Sleep well and have a great week. Nicholas says last week she got over 2,000 in donations. That's fantastic. That's really good. Yes, Louis. There's duct tape and then there's Gorilla Tape. Are they not the same thing? I always thought they were the same thing, but just like different names. So like Gorilla Tape was like the name of a company. The NHS sends workers there 4 times a week. Yeah. Wow. Oh. Louise says she's the only parent has to do all the things to provide for her children. She plants stuff in the garden. She puts carpentry work, even put new carpet into her daughter's room. She provides. She sounds incredible. What a woman. What a woman. Honestly. Amazing. Amazing. I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Oh. We were perch rich. Oh, how many did you get, Amanda? Like, did you get enough to actually eat, or are you going to be going home for a fish and chip shop? Amanda's live this morning. She was fishing. Animal lover. Hello, love. Hello, my dear. Welcome in. Good to see you. We're going off to pick a puppy after this. Oh, you're going, Amanda? No keepers. Oh, I know the ones you were showing were all very small, weren't they? Still, I mean, you know, fishing, it isn't always about actually catching a fish to eat. Sometimes it's just about the experience and the peacefulness of it. Let me just, I'll put that there and then I'll turn you around, hopefully without disconnecting the live. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a huge amount of fishing in my life. But I have. And for me, I have like faint recollections of fishing with my granddad and just sitting there. And it was so peaceful and it was so tranquil and beautiful, you know. It was fishing, even if I didn't, and obviously as a child, I didn't care as much if I caught a fish or not, because I like little child, but just the experience of it and the memory of that experience. Sometimes it's nice to just take yourself away and go and sit somewhere and take in the view and the water and the sound of the water and the smell and just the whole thing. And getting a fish is a bonus. The fish is a bonus, but for me it was just to be able to be in the moment, I think, was the most important thing. How are we doing, Chad? I think it's time we wind this up. We had a blast and the kids had a blast. Louis says, one of the reasons I understand Annabelle is going through because I have a disability. So I had, okay, okay. Yeah. We're very blessed. We are very blessed. And it's easy to lose sight sometimes when things go wrong. It's easy to lose sight of just how blessed we are and how lucky we are. And then you hear stories like that about people who aren't necessarily as in the same position as us for various reasons, health, finances, but it's usually health. If you don't have health, I'm really glad, Louis. I'm really glad. Thank you, Kirsty, for putting that link up. I do appreciate it. Well, my dear friends, I think it's time we start closing this chat down because I have puppies that I need to go look at. And we're going to be there a fair while because these things are going to be crawling all over us. So, everyone, once again, I must thank Ace and Kirsty for being here and putting everyone's links up. We all appreciate it so very much. Everyone, thank you very much for taking time out of your day, your evening, your weekends now for most of you. Is the festival on in town? It probably is actually, Nicholas. Yeah, out of your weekends to come and spend, a couple of hours with me here on the homestead. Saturdays, which it is here, is our indoor day. Our next big live will be on Tuesday, which is our farm walkabout. So if you want to see more of the animals, if you're sort of new to this chat or this channel and you're not really familiar, Tuesday is the next one, which is already scheduled. And we go look at the sheep and the cows and the chickens, and that's always a bit of fun. But yeah, look, I'm so grateful to each and every one of you who comes in to spend time with me. I just think that's absolutely fantastic. And I love your company so, so much. I really do. I really do. You have no idea what it means to me to have you all here. So many of you have become really good friends, and we're a lovely community. Everyone here is just absolutely lovely. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. Louis says, okay, everyone, I'll see you guys later. Much love and respect. Have a great rest of the night. Always be good and kind to each other, as tomorrow is never promised. That is quite right, Louis. So yes, no, thank you very much, everyone, for being here and spending the time. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely night's sleep and wake up refreshed, and a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead. And yes, look out for the photos, puppy photos. Later today or tomorrow, I'll have at least one on the community page, and the rest will all be on the High Country Homestead Facebook page. Puppy, 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 that's right. Everyone, thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like button and you've enjoyed the live, please consider it. That would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, everyone, stay safe, be happy, be kind, and stay beautiful. And I love you all. We'll see you again soon. Bye.